Hey, what is going on, music community? My name is Dan. I am Cassette Mayhem. Welcome to my channel. Little different view around the room tonight. Obviously, I moved into a new music room, converted my garage to a music room. So, yeah, things are looking different. I still got work to do. I was really hoping to shoot a room tour video yesterday, but I just got some other things I want to get put up on the walls before I start shooting a video. But seeing how this is the new year, January 1st, I thought, let's jump in this. Let's do this 2022. Great year for music. A lot of CDs out there, a lot of music. Some CDs I didn't buy. Just couldn't justify spending that kind of money on certain CDs. And I just think the pricing right now with music is just getting to be a little bit crazy. So I still bought. My goal for last year was to stop buying as much music and slow down a little bit, enjoy the music that I got, because I was buying so much of it, I wasn't enjoying it as much. So my goal for this year was to slow down on the buying, focus on what I got, and I did do that. I really did do that. Even though I did buy, I think I had maybe 15 releases, 16 for 2022. I also did go back and buy some back catalog CDs, but my goal was to just slow down and buy and focus on the music that I have now. So nothing's changing. That's going to be the goal for this year. I'm going to continue to buy new releases a little bit through my back catalogs, but I'm not going to go crazy like I was. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump into this 2022. I don't want this video to be super long. Some of the bands that in my top 10, maybe some of you guys hadn't heard of before. If you did, awesome. So I'm gonna give you three notables. One of the notables I'm gonna give you, I was gonna buy the CD. I heard it lots of times this year, and that was the new Scorpion albums. Fun album, great album. I just couldn't justify spending $27.99 Canadian for that CD. Even on pre-order, it was $27.99. It never came down at all. And I thought, no, I like the album, but not enough to spend $27.99. I'm not doing it. So I didn't buy it. Again, a great album for 2022. It's a fun party album. I really liked it. So let's get into some of these notables. If I had to pick something for number 11, it would have been the new Destruction album. I really love the riffs on this album. Vocally, I'm still a little, so on. But, yeah, I riffing on this album for Diabolical is just an absolutely, it's an amazing. I had this in my top 10 probably 3 or 4 times, and then shuffled out, back in, and then I replayed all my albums again, and unfortunately this one sort of got knocked out, but tomorrow it could be back in there. Another one didn't make my top 10, Diamond Star Halos, Def Leppard, obviously Take What You Want, Kick. They're pretty good tunes. I like them, not enough to jump into my top 10, but still not a bad album. Again, I played it a lot throughout the summer, so to me it was like a party atmosphere CD. I'd put it on when I'd be sitting in the gazebo at the lake, and I'd crank it up and have a few beer, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. Not enough to make my top 10. Another one that didn't make my top 10, probably wouldn't have made my top 15, to be honest with you. I saw a video this morning from Renee. Crocus Headhunter. I was watching his videos, and he talked about this album, and I agree. To me, not a good album. It's not from a lack of trying. I've played it several times. I still couldn't get into the album. I don't know why. To me, I just think I just couldn't get into it, and to this day, nothing changed. Still not a huge fan of it. The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Megadeth. I thought, is it Dystopia? A lot better album than this. A lot better. I played this album on the release date, and I played it and I played it and I couldn't get into it. And here we are 4 months later since the release date, 3 months, and I still cannot get into it. Dave's vocals, in my opinion, aren't that great. Again, this will be number one on a lot of people's list for this year, but to me, I put it at 15. It's just, and I put it there only because it's a new release. All right, let's jump into this top 10. We're going to get right into my number 10 pick. This is a band from San Jose, Costa Rica. Came out earlier this year. This is Howler. Just straight up thrash metal. Great album. I got this CD and another CD that's in my top 10 as a package deal from CDN Records here in Canada. This album, again, is just an absolutely amazing album. Of course, the CD's in my CD player, but that's the album. That was my number 10. New World Disorder, Panzer, 666, Supernova, Cycle of Violence. This is Howler, again, 2022 from Costa Rica. Never heard it. Check it out. Very, very good album. There's my number 10. Coming in at number 9, would you believe, another band from San Jose, Costa Rica. This is Chemicide. This is Common Sense. This, to me, sounds just like straight up Bay Area thrash. To me, I hear a lot of Exodus when I play this album. Early Death Angel. Any fan of thrash, which I know we all are, this is just an absolutely amazing album. This is their 4th studio album. I have all their CDs anyway, but this was the one that came out earlier this year, February, I do believe. Absolutely amazing, great album. Chemicide, again, Common Sense 2022. If you're a fan of the early Bay Area metal, you're gonna love it. All right, so coming in at number 8. Number 8, this was an album I thought long and hard about. Should I buy it? Do I buy it? Should I? So I took the initiative. I listened to it first. Once I listened to it, then I was like, I got to buy that CD. And I'm talking about Patient Number 9 by Ozzy. I think this made a lot of people's top 10 this year. When I heard Ordinary Man, I knew right then I wasn't buying it. It was garbage. I didn't like it. To me, this album, I thought, I'm not buying it until I hear some of it. I heard it, fell right in love with it. This never left my car for about a month after I bought it. To me, this is the best Ozzy album since... Down to Earth was a good album too. I really liked it. But probably No More Tears. This is probably the best Ozzy album, hands down. Parasite, Immortal, No Escape From Now, just absolutely amazing album. This CD is on a lot of people's top 10s, and deservingly so. It came in at number 8 for me. It's a great album. I had it shuffled out of my top 10. Played it again. I thought, no, I got to move it back in there because it is a great album. I got a lot of play time out of it, so I really, really did enjoy it. Number 8, we're going with Ozzy with Patient Number 9. Album number 7 is a comeback album, and it was Blind Guardian, The God Machine. I bought this on the release date. I think it was back in September, maybe August, September. I enjoyed it. I like it. I really like the vocals on this album. It's a really good CD. I have some other Blind Guardian CDs that just doesn't stand up to this, but I thought this was a really, really good album. Again, it came in at number 7 for my top CDs of top albums of 2022. Again, I love the artwork on the album. Very, very good. I actually played it again this morning just to get a refresh. It does stay at number 7. It got some playtime.
Powering on.
So there you go. We got Blind Guardian and The God Machine. If you've never heard this album, do yourself a favor. Check it out. Won't be disappointed. Very, very good album. All right, so coming in at number 6, we are going to go with the Canadian Thrashers. This is Corrosive with Toxic Apocalypse. This is a thrash metal band out of Toronto, Canada. Canadians. Absolutely amazing, amazing thrash album. This is their second full-length album. The other one is Caustic Hordes, which I do have that as well. But this album came as a package deal. I got this one and Howler from CDN Records for 18 bucks. And I'm still going to get this on cassette because I do want it. But this album just absolutely is face melting. It is such a good thrash metal album. Congratulations to Corrosive, because this band's worked so hard the last couple of years, and to put out an amazing album like this, phenomenal vocals, great riffing, great guitar playing, absolutely amazing. It came in at number 6. If you haven't checked this album out, do yourself a favor, check it out. Thrash album of the year, could be amazing album. I just love it. I love the album. Very, very, very good. All right, so where are we at? We're coming in at my top 5. My top 5, I was sitting in the gym. I was just sort of watching YouTube videos. And this video came up for Remember the Fallen. And I was like, holy crap. New Saxon. That song is so friggin' good. It's obviously with the COVID pandemic and everything that's going on. So as soon as I heard the song, ordered the album. 2 days later, or 3, had the CD. This came in at number 5. Saxon just doesn't seem to disappoint. I find Saxon is like Accept. Those last 4 or 5 albums have all just been amazing. The last 4 or 5 Accept albums, Battering Ram, all of them, they've just been amazing albums. And I saw Accept's sort of like that too. Those last 4 or 5 albums have all been amazing. This is no different. This came in at number 5. This got a lot of playtime throughout the summer. Saxon Carpe Diem, absolutely amazing album. Again, Remember the Fallen. If you've never seen the video or heard the song, definitely get over there and check that out. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. So there you go. There's Saxon Carpe Diem. Love it. Number 4. Number 4, 2, 3, and 4 shuffle around a lot for me. It wasn't, I sat them in a collection. I didn't set them in a stack and say, this is it. I moved them around a bunch, and the more I played them over the last couple of weeks, the more I realized, yeah, this is the order they have to go in, because it's not because of how good the albums are, it's how much I played the albums. So this album here came in earlier this summer, and I played it a lot. And I'm talking about Hey Uber Alles. This is a Kreator. I really love this album. Compared to like Gods of Violence, it stands up. To me, it's an amazing album. I absolutely love it. It got a ton of playtime, again, throughout the summer. Even the song for Midnight Sun, which a lot of people were sort of crapping on. I love that song. I love the album. Again, Millie, the band, they just sound absolutely amazing. There it is right there. Yeah, I had pre-ordered this months before the release date. And when I got it, it was one of those CDs again. It never left my car for a long time. I just played it. And I'm still playing it. It's an absolutely amazing album. So there you go with Hey Uber Alles. This is Kreator, the Mighty Germans. Excuse me. All right, so now we're into the nitty-gritty of my top 3. I knew when this album came out, it was going to probably make my top 5. There was no question about it. I played the album so many times, just nonstop, especially if I'm sitting in the garage and I'm having a few beer and I'm in that fun party mood. This album just like, oh man, I just cannot get enough of the album. And I'm talking about the Gangs All Here with Skid Row. Such a great comeback album. Such great, from Revolutions Per Minute, this is such a great album. The first time I heard this album, I remember hearing the song for Not Dead Yet. And the memories that were flowing, to me, it sounds just like Badlands. When you play the song, close your eyes, and listen to the original Badlands albums, to me, it sounds just like the original Badlands. I fell in love with the album. I played it again this morning before I did this video because I just wanted to have a refresh and I make sure that it was at my number 3, and there's no question. It could have been number 2. This album is so good. Hell on High Water, Not Dead Yet, Time Bomb, Resurrected, October Song, The World's on Fire. Absolutely amazing album. I absolutely love this album. Number 1 and number 2 came out different times. One was back in February. The other one was in October. And these albums shuffled so much back and forth over the last couple of weeks. But I knew what my number 1 was going to be. But this album got so much playtime this year. I actually had to force myself to stop playing it because I was scared that I was going to get myself tired of the album. So I had to just put the CD away, get it off my phone, don't play it anymore. Take a month off because you're going to get sick of it. And I just played it like twice again last week. And I'm talking about Ghost, Imperia. What can I say about this album? It's just a masterpiece of an album. When I first heard the song for Call Me a Little Sunshine, I just, oh my God, that's a catchy song. And then next thing you know, I ordered the CD. It is just a mind-blowing CD. It is such a good album. For anyone who's never actually, I think we've pretty well all heard the CD by now at one time or another. But I would say from February, I flew from New Brunswick to Florida, jumped on a cruise ship, went on an 8-day cruise, came back. In those 15 days I was gone, I probably played this album 20 times. It just never stopped. I just played and played and played and played and played it. It is just an absolutely amazing album. It came in at number 2. I had it at number 1 for a long time. And then in October, when this album came out, things changed a little bit, but this was still number 1. And then this album, my number 1 album, it grew on me a lot, real fast, and I played it a lot. And then tomorrow, this could be number 1. It's just the way it is when we do these top 10 videos. This could be number 1 tomorrow. But for right now, I'm going with Imperia Ghost at number 2. Just an amazing, amazing album. Just can't get enough of this album. It's so good. Number 1 came out in October. I pre-ordered it like July when I knew it was going to be on sale or coming out. When I first got the album, played it, and I was like, it's good. It is really good. But it wasn't like the prior, it wasn't as good as the album before it. But then as I started playing it, I was just like mind-blowing. So my number 1 album of 2022 is none other than, oh, there goes the book. This is Queensryche, Digital Noise Alliance, with the 4th album featuring Todd La Torre on vocals. Again, when I first heard this, I was thinking to myself, it's not sounding like The Verdict. It didn't sound as heavy as The Verdict. But as the album starts playing and you get going more and you start playing it a lot more, it is an absolutely amazing album. With the bonus track of Rebel Yell, and a lot of people crapped on it. I freaking loved it. I thought it was an amazing job. They knocked it out of the park. And this is my number 1 album of 2022. I think this was on a lot of people's 2022 list. But this is just a fantastic album. I cannot say enough good things about this album. Todd La Torre is just a masterpiece on vocals. This is just a great album. I absolutely love it. So there you go, music community. My number 1 album of 2022, Digital Noise Alliance. This is the mighty Queensryche. So there you go, folks. There you go, top 10 of 2022. 2023 is going to be no different. Again, like I said earlier in the video, not going to buy too much this year. I'm going to focus on a lot of the new releases, obviously, and pick and choose what I want to buy and just focus on continuing to listen to what I already have. So other than that, I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully within the next week or two, I'll get my room tour garage done, so you can have a look to see what's new, what's changed, and things like that. And then once I get a little bit more stuff on the walls, I can come out here, focus on doing a lot more videos, where before, I think that's a lot of the reason why I wasn't shooting as many videos anymore, because everything in the house with my son, my room tour, my other music room, there just wasn't privacy enough for me to actually go into a room, sit and do that. Now I have that option. I can sit down, I can shoot a video, and I can display my belongings and CDs and albums. So anyway, hope everybody has a great 2023. Again, if you like this video, like, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever you want to do. In the meantime, take care, stay metal, peace out.